What is going on, YouTube fam? Welcome back to The Organized Millennial. I'm Anna, and today I am back with another memory spread. Now, you guys may be a little confused because I have a completed spread in front of you. I just wanted to show you guys last week's spread because if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I lost over an hour of Plan With Me footage. This was the Plan With Me that I lost, and I'm super bummed because I'm so in love with this kit. This is Honeydukes from Sticky Essentials. Anyways, I just wanted you guys to be I don't even want to get into it because it just makes me sad all over again and annoyed. So I just wanted you guys to be able to get a look at it. And of course, it's also, I posted it on my Instagram as well, so you can get probably a closer look at it there. If you're not already following me on Instagram, you should follow your girl for content updates and all of my meme sharing and craziness, basically. So I will go ahead and pop my tag. It's just the Org Millennial, but I'll put it in right now so you guys can go over and follow me on Instagram, and I'll be sure to link that down below for you guys as well. So I just wanted to show you guys that so you don't think I'm over here skipping weeks and such. It did happen. It was filmed, and I just lost the footage, unfortunately, which is why you guys saw the Gooseby Twin Planner review go up instead of this Plan With Me, which was what was slated to go up. So if you guys missed the review of my 2021 Gooseby Twin Planner, I'll be sure to pop that up in a card for you guys throughout this video. So let's go ahead and turn the page, because today we are planning for the week of the 24th, oh my God, I almost said the 24th, of September 21st through the 27th. And this is going to be my first fall kit, you guys, for this season. One of the reasons I'm kind of talking through this live is because I'm going to be starting my fall kits this Plan With Me, and I'm probably going to alternate between fall and Halloween kits week after week, probably through all of November maybe, or Thanksgiving week, because I do have a Thanksgiving kit, so we'll see. But I'm probably going to be using mostly, I'll try to throw in a little non-fall, non-Halloween ones, like I'll throw in a couple anytime kits if I can, but I do want to use a good amount of my fall and Halloween kits. So yeah, that's a long enough intro, I think, right? Yeah, sure. So here is the kit I am using. You guys, I hauled this in my last planner sticker haul. If you guys missed that, I'll be sure to link it down below and up in the cards for you guys. But you guys, this is Autumn Days by Harriet Wright Designs. It is stunning. I'm in love with it. It is beautiful. I love the decorative boxes that she has, the scallops. It's so pretty. This is the first time I'm using a kit from Harriet Wright Designs, but of course I have heard of her and seen all of her amazingness. So I'm super, super pumped to get into this. So I'm gonna try to start this as a talk through kind of Plan With Me. And then I may transition to a voiceover mid Plan With Me, depending on how this goes. You guys know that I'm not super good at filming Plan With Me's and talking through them live, which is why I do voiceover so often, but I decided to just try something new because why the heck not? So of course I'm going to start with whiting out all of this stuff, and I will be right back once I am all done with that. So you guys, I got my whiteout all set, and now I'm going to go ahead and lay down my bottom washi while I update you guys on the craziness that is my life. So if you guys follow my budgeting videos, you know that I got sick this week, and I had plans to travel up to visit my friends who had birthdays. So I have two best friends that have birthdays in September. So I had made plans to go up and visit them for September and celebrate their amazingness because I love them. But I got sick and couldn't do what I had planned. I mean, that's basically the story of 2020, if we're being honest. So I'm not really surprised there, but I was really bummed that I couldn't go. I'm pretty sure emphasis on pretty sure that I just had kind of a common cold. It really didn't feel like anything different. I don't think I had Rona, but I don't know that for sure. So obviously I've been staying away from people, staying away from public places as much as possible. I am doing much better now. This was already, it's been like a couple weeks now because we're already into October since this happened, since I was sick, I should say. So I definitely stayed away as much as possible. If you guys caught any of my budgeting videos, you know that I was doing all sorts of pickups and I was having groceries delivered and all that stuff just to make sure that I was not, that I was being thoughtful of the fact that I didn't want to spread this to anyone, because why would I want to do that? So I actually want to white out this top part too. So that was not my fave. Obviously having my plans canceled is not my fave either, but that is just the gist of 2020, as we all know. Plans canceled is kind of, I feel like at this point, to be expected. So I wasn't super surprised, unfortunately, on that front. Otherwise, during the time that I got sick, which I also, again, I chatted about this in my budgeting video, so I apologize to those of you who are hearing this again, but I know not everyone watches my budgeting videos and not everyone watches my plan with me videos. So I try to make sure I cover the full scope of folks. So on the Monday, this Monday that I'm planning for, the 21st, I was sick and also was having issues with my boiler. So it was like one of those chilly nights, and I turned on the heat and it wasn't working. Nothing. So I was sick and freezing. It was awesome, you guys, awesome. And I was like, great, I'm gonna have to call in a plumber, which means dollar signs. Like all I saw was dollar bills, because anytime you need to repair anything in your home, it's dollar bills that are gonna leave your pocket usually. So I'm like freaking out. My neighbor had just had her boiler replaced and she was telling me that it cost thousands. And I was like, this is fantastic. Like, talk about a way to throw your budget out of whack completely. So I was pretty much freaking the hell out. It took me a couple days to get someone to come out, which was a whole nother thing. And it was funny. Well, it wasn't really funny. It was kind of disturbing. But one of the places I called, just to, enlighten you guys on my week, one of the places I called was like, oh, okay, so how it works is we'll go out and we charge, how much was it? $69? Oh my gosh. Why can't I remember how much it was? I have to look it up, but it was something obnoxious, like 69 or 96, something like that, dollars for the first 15 minutes. So for the first 15 minutes, they come in and they charge all this money. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was reading reviews like crazy, you guys, because you don't want to get, you want to get the best deal and you don't want to get scammed. So I was reading the reviews, and luckily one of the reviews tipped me off to this. So I was like, oh, okay. And what happens, if this plumber that comes can't diagnose the problem in 15 minutes? And they're like, oh, they'll let you know and they'll give you an option to continue. And I'm like, okay, so presumably someone comes, they can't diagnose the problem in 15 minutes. I have to pay them, and then I get to decide whether or not they're going to continue based off whatever they quote me for their next 15, 20, I don't know how many minutes. And if I don't like what they're quoting me, I can say no, but essentially I'm still having to pay them the 69 or however many dollars for the first 15 minutes, and they've done nothing for me, basically. That's what you're telling me. So needless to say, I didn't call them back because I'm like, that makes no sense. I'm not sure why I would do such a thing. So no, thank you. But just to show you guys, like, be careful who you're hiring to do things for you. Like, vet the hell out of them. I was hoping to get recommendations from people, but I don't have a lot of homeowners in my circle in my state. So it was kind of hard to get like recommendations from people on like, who do you use, which would have been my ideal plan, but I couldn't do it because I just didn't have connects like that. So I was like, okay, so needless to say, I did not call them back or text them back or email them back or whatever, because I'm just sitting there like, that makes no sense. Like, you guys realize that makes no sense? Okay, great. As long as we're on the same page about that, no thank you. I'd rather not just pay blind money and not know if my problem's going to be fixed. Like, no thanks. So, and I get that they all kind of charge something to go out, usually, which fine. I have my opinions about that, but fine. But to have that attached to a timestamp that you have no control over seems absolutely outrageous to me. So I was like, no thanks, homie, I'm good. I don't really want to deal with that. I'm all set there. So I moved on from that quickly because I was like, nope. And I ended up finding a reasonable-ish plumber to come who actually didn't charge anything just for coming out and was able to fix the problem without having to replace the entire thing. So I only ended up paying like $300 instead of, like, I don't know if you guys know, but replacing a boiler is like thousands of dollars. My neighbor who just did it said the first company she called out quoted her $10,000. And guys, when I tell you I lost sleep that whole week about this. I lost sleep the whole week about this. Like, I was like, I'm gonna destroy my emergency fund. Like, I'm gonna have to like build it up from scratch. Like, I was literally, yeah, it wasn't good. It was not my favorite time in the world. So yeah, that was a thing. And yeah, homeownership is interesting. So that happened. Luckily, it got fixed. We are past that freaking awfulness, and I am so glad because it was so awful. And yeah, so yeah, that's what's been going on in my life. There's other things going on that hopefully I'll update you guys in other videos about, but life is kind of wild at the moment. So, okay, as you guys can see, I put down my bottom washi. We got headers down. We've got date covers down. I need date dots actually too, so let me put those in before I forget. But that's what's been going on in Anna World. So I hope all of you are having a lovely transition to fall. I'm doing pretty good with it, I think. It's this weird time in New England where it's not sure if it wants to be summer or fall yet, so it's kind of in between, which is always fun when you're trying to figure out what you should be wearing if you go out. Not that I'm going out a ton, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, but it's an adventure to say the least. These date dots that I'm using are actually from a leftover Nicole Alexia Designs kit. It's actually a really old Nicole Alexia Designs kit because I definitely have gold date dots. I don't have a lot of foil, but I know I have gold date dots. I just have no idea where they are. So the Organized Millennial is still working on being organized in certain areas, but you know, these actually turned out to be just fine because they match the date covers pretty well, actually. So I'm taking it. I'm just going to take it and run. You know, that's where I'm at. Take it and run. Okay, so I am probably going to do a fall Q&A for this. I am going to transition to a voiceover at some point. I think I'm just going to do live talk through this base, and then we'll get into a fall Q&A. Because I think that'll be fun and better than listening to me figure out where I want to put things. Okay, so let's lay down the rest of these boxes, complete our sidebar, and then I'll transition you guys to a voiceover. right, you guys, so sidebar is done. Dunzo. And I'm feeling it. And I think now I can just transition to a voiceover. So I will see you in a couple seconds. All right, guys, voiceover Anna here. What up, what up, what up? So I'm going to go ahead and get into these fall questions that I have for the video. I always forget to put them in the description box, so I'm going to try to be better about that and put them in for this one. So anyone who wants to hop on this tag can go ahead and do that and have fun with it. I'm sure you guys have seen a few of these fall kind of Q&A type videos and tags going up with, you know, a lot of people starting to do their fall spreads and using their fall kits. So anyways, let's get into it. So the first question is, what is my favorite fall activity? I feel like, can I just pick Halloween? Halloween is like my favorite fall activity, you guys. But it's a whole like holiday, so I guess my favorite one, we went apple picking. We only went once, to be fair. But it was so fun. We went to this cute little farm, and then they give you like a little bag, pick your apples, and they have like apple cider donuts that are made fresh every morning, of course, because why wouldn't they? So I remember getting those, and they were like freshly made because we went like right when they opened, and I had it with some apple cider, you guys. Oh my goodness. It was so good. Can't even, it's still the best apple cider donuts I've had to date. And that was at least a couple years ago at this point, 2 or 3 years ago at this point. But it was so freaking good, y'all, like so good. So I'm going to go with apple picking. Although we had so many apples left over, y'all, like it was unnecessary. I'm like, what are we even doing with all these? Like, this was prior to my baking days. Although I know I could have like baked apple pie. I could have made apple crisp. Apples and peanut butter is delicious. Holler if you guys like apples and peanut butter. Bomb. But at the time I was just like, I'm not baking because I just wasn't that person before. Growth, y'all, growth. So, yeah, I was like, what am I doing with all these apples? So we never went back because we're like, what are we going to do with them? But I feel like now that I've changed my ways and become somewhat of a baking person, I can go back and like actually have use for all those extra apples. So we might have to make that a thing for this season, maybe. I don't know, because then we have COVID happening. So who knows? But that's my favorite fall activity. Next question is favorite fall treat/drink. Well, I think I just answered that for you guys because I love apple cider and I also love apple cider donuts. Like, I am about the apple flavored treats for fall. The only apple thing I'm really not that into, interestingly enough, well, not the only thing I should say, I love apple cider and apple cider donuts. I don't like apple juice, you guys. I am not a fan. Like, if you put apple juice in front of me, I'm like, nah. But if you put apple cider in front of me, I'm going to tear it up. And that sparkling apple cider, y'all know that Martinelli's one. Oh, you guys, I will just drink that. Like, I could drink it out of the bottle and finish the bottle because it's not that big quite easily. It's insane. But I don't like apple juice. I don't really like apple pie unless, I mean, some apple pie that's warmed up with a little vanilla ice cream is good. But like on its own, I gotta like be in the mood. But apple cider anything, I'm tearing it up. I'm tearing it up, y'all. Tearing it up. Okay. Next question is, are you a fan of pumpkin spice? Don't hate me, y'all, but no, I don't like pumpkin spice. I've never had a pumpkin spice latte, but I've had pumpkin spice flavored things or pumpkin flavored things, and I don't like them. I don't really like pumpkin pie. I just like looking at pumpkins. I like decorative pumpkins. I like carved pumpkins, but I don't want to eat pumpkin. Like, I don't know. So I know some of y'all are like crying, but it's just how I feel. I'm sorry. Don't come for me in the comments. I'm so sorry. That's how I feel about it. Next question is Halloween or Thanksgiving. I'm going to have to go with Halloween. I do like Thanksgiving because food, like, listen, y'all know if there's food involved, I'm generally happy. But I'm not a huge fan. I've said this before. I'm not a huge fan of the holidays. Halloween I love, but Thanksgiving and Christmas have become stressful for me. And I say that become as in, we went and grew up and became adults. So like we have to worry about things now. Whereas when you're a kid, it's just like, awesome. I'll just do whatever you say, mom, or dad. And now it's like, trying to make sure everyone's happy and spending time with everyone and making plans and making sure people don't feel left out. And it's like, I can't. Hosting isn't a whole nother thing. It's just stressful for me now. So I don't really vibe with the holidays, the major holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas. But Halloween is just fun. You dress up if you want. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You give out candy if you want. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's great. It's optional. You can opt in or opt out. But I feel like Thanksgiving and Christmas, you can't. You can't opt in or opt out unless you want to hear an earful from your family. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? If you know what I mean, drop it down below in the comments. Because that is my constant struggle with the holiday season. But yeah, so Halloween for that one. Next question is, have you ever participated in a Friendsgiving? Oh, you guys, I want to do this so bad. I haven't done it, but we have been talking to our friends about doing it maybe next year since we're kind of booked for this year. And just having a Friendsgiving. Like I don't mean like a Friendsgiving and like a Thanksgiving, like your traditional kind of thing. I mean, just having a Friendsgiving. I would absolutely adore that. So I don't know if that'll happen, but I'm hopeful that it will. I don't know how we'll pull that off either with our families, but I haven't and I really want to, basically. Next question is, what's your typical fall outfit like? I'm usually wearing jeans, booties, a t-shirt or a nice shirt, leather jacket, maybe a scarf or not a scarf. I do love fall clothes, like fall clothing. I'm down with fall clothing. Really my only downside to fall is that it's too close to winter and it starts to get cold, and I don't mind it being cool. Like, cool, seasonable fall weather, fine. Totally fine. It's when it starts to get cold, wintertime cold, that I'm like, nah, homie. I didn't sign up for this. So that's my only knock on fall, but I love fall clothing and fall outfits, but usually that's when I'm rocking in the fall. Or if I'm not rocking a leather jacket, I'll rock a hoodie. And by leather, I mean like a fake leather. Because, girl, we budget on this channel too. Y'all know. Y'all can deduce from my spending what I might be making. Your girl ain't rocking no real leather. So, yeah. Next question. Who am I and why do you guys continuously listen to my insanity? I love y'all so much. Next question is spooky fall or cozy fall? This is hard because I like spooky. I don't like scary, but I like spooky. But cozy fall can't be beat. I might have to go with cozy fall, because what's better than being wrapped up, cuddled up in a blanket with some hot chocolate or some coffee, watching a movie near the fireplace. All that sounds phenomenal right now, actually. So I'm gonna have to go with cozy fall, I think, even though spooky fall is a really close second. Okay, next question is Halloween or Thanksgiving. I think I already did that one, actually. Nope. Next question is, would I rather go apple picking or go on a haunted hayride? I probably would rather go on a haunted hayride, you guys. And here's the thing. I'm not good with scary. I'm not good with haunted. I don't want any part of these haunted houses that you go through. My boyfriend has been begging me to go, and we went one year, and Actually, I think it was last year that we went. Yes. And I was miserable. I was so mad at him because he came up with the idea in front of like some of our friends, and I didn't want to be the only Debbie Downer that was like, no, I don't want to go. So of course I was like, I was being a people pleaser, you guys. And I said yes, and I did not have a good time. I hated every second of it. Well, every second I was in one of the houses or on the trails, which are even worse. Sorry, worse. So I was not thrilled about that decision. But the only part of it actually that I liked was the haunted hayride that we went on, because I have this theory in my head. I know, I'm crazy. But I have this theory in my head that if I'm moving on something, I'm safer. I know. Y'all don't ask me. I don't know. So like on the haunted hayride, you're on like a little like wagon or whatever, and they're, trucking you along. I don't even care if like the actors come on the thing. They did for this haunted hayride. They came on the wagon and they're like all over the place. I was so fine with that. It's like, it's fine. I'm moving. I don't care. But if I'm walking through a house or walking through a trail, nah, I don't run. This is not a good idea. This is a bad idea. This is like those bad ideas in scary movies when you can see that what they're doing is a bad idea and you're like, don't go in there. Like, don't do it. And they do it anyway. That's what I feel like I'm doing every time. Every time I subjected myself to that, I'm like, this isn't good. I don't run fast. I don't run at all. Let's be honest. I'm not a runner. So this is going to end poorly. So needless to say, yeah, even with all that though, haunted hayride for sure. Haunted hayride for sure. Okay, so next question is, what is your favorite fall scent? I don't know that I have a fall scent. Well, I don't know if this counts as a fall scent, but I really love the smell of baking. Baking banana bread, baking cookies, like the way my house smells when I'm baking, y'all, happiness. And I feel like baking happens a lot in the fall and as we get into the winter months. So I'm gonna go with pretty much baking anything in my house is my favorite scent. I'm not a big candle person either, you guys. I don't know what planet I hail from, but I don't really care about candles that much. So I don't really have a favorite like fall scented candle. Yeah, I'm just weird like that. Probably apple though, if I had to choose one, because I love apple stuff. So yeah. I can't with my life. Next is best way to spend a rainy day. Either sleeping, because yes, oh my gosh, yes, or cozied up somewhere with my boo, watching some TV, watching a movie, playing games, like something homey and indoors when it's raining, because I can't. I'm not made for that weather, y'all. I'm not. And then the last question is football, yay or nay? I'm gonna have to go with nay. I'm not a big sports girl at all. And the only sport I'm really into is baseball, Dominican, alas. So it makes sense, because if you guys don't know, like, baseball is the sport in the Dominican Republic. It's the only sport in the Dominican Republic. It's the only sport I'm really into. I don't care that much about football, y'all. Sorry. So sorry. But anyways, you guys, that is it for my fall questions. I will stick them in the description box down below so you guys can certainly hop on the train. I would love to hear some of your answers to these questions, whether you do it in a video if you're a content creator, or whether you just tell me down below in the comments. Feel free to come for me because I don't like pumpkin spice. It's fine. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this and you enjoy this little wiggle. And don't forget to subscribe before you go. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.